We finally got an update for the Batman Part 2 that isn't negative, isn't bad news, and is not a delay. And all I gotta say is we won, because I used to pray for times like this. And not only do we get this really positive news about the status of the Batman Part 2, but we got little teases of what the story could be, who the main villain is, and I got my own theories too. And either way, me and you know what we gotta do. We gotta talk about it. And this news comes to us exclusively from The Wrap, where they are exclusively reporting what's going on with the Batman Part 2, but more specifically, the script. But what exactly is going on with the script for Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2? You know, The Dark Knight remains in the shadows, awaiting for the screenplay in his next outing. And I'm not gonna hold you, Batman fans, and me included online, have taken a big interest in tracking the development of the script for this movie, because I'm telling you, this is the most anticipated I've been for a Batman project in a long time. But according to The Wrap, who has insider knowledge of the project, Reeves has been sending pages for more than half a year, and the first full draft of the script is expected to be delivered by Memorial Day. So if those of you that don't know, that's the end of May, aka within the next 2 weeks. And thank the Lord, because but it's not the script for the Batman Part 2. This means that the Batman Part 2 is on track to make its release date of October 1st, 2027, which is just the second release date it's had, because it was originally supposed to come out October of this year, then it got delayed 1 year and then another year. And I'm so glad we have this update, because it basically all but confirms that the Batman Part 2, the Batman universe, is continuing on. Because remember, there's been a whole bunch of crazy reports about what's been going on with this version of Batman. Like, was he going to be included in James Gunn's new DC universe? Was it going to be its own standalone universe? And obviously everything that was going on in Matt Reeves' personal life, thankfully it looks like he's kind of got that sorted out. If not, praying for you, Matt. Hope everything turns out well. And as much as I'm excited for James Gunn's new DC universe and seeing a more fantastical Batman, I'm not going to sit here and act like Matt Reeves' the Batman isn't my favorite version of the character put to the screen. And I think Matt is one of the most meticulous directors working today, and he puts a lot of care and craft into everything that he creates. And even Robert Pattinson himself has teased that he knows what the movie's about, saying during an interview with Extra, "I know what it's about. Matt is a very careful writer, but I finally now know what it's about. It's very cool and I'm very excited." And you just knew they were going to continue on with this universe, because Batman movie that's almost 3 hours long, the first in its franchise with the new direction, made $772 million at the box office. Remember, at the end of the day, this is a business, and if it doesn't make dollars, it don't make no sense. And the Batman made a lot of dollars, so it makes a lot of sense to keep it going. Which brings me to what we can expect with the Batman Part 2. And there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of villains have been tossed out there. I'm going to go with my own personal theory on what I think the Batman Part 2 is going to be about. And I feel like all signs are pointing to the villain, or one of the villains in this movie, being the Court of Owls. Now, mind you, they were just teased in the Penguin HBO Max series, which, by the way, another phenomenal addition to this universe. They had owls up in the courtroom. And knowing the history of this version of Gotham's with the Arkhams and the Waynes, and Matt Reeves himself saying that the corruption of Gotham goes even deeper, with the tease in the Penguin, I got a strong feeling that the Batman Part 2 is going to be renamed to the Batman Court of Owls. But job's not finished, because we got to go back to the Penguin. Because mind you, he's running amok over there now too. And we saw the bat signal flash at the end of the series, and I really need the Batman to get that lick back for Victor. It couldn't hoit. With all the shit he did in his series, I feel like the court's going to be pretty angry. And that's not even mentioning the fact that Sofia Falcone, Sofia Gigante, got a letter from her half-sister in Selena Kyle. So I'm really curious to see how this all plays out too. Because I'm not going to hold you, I think what Kristen Milioti did as Sofia Falcone is top-tier generational. Let's just say I'm a big fan of Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman. I wouldn't mind seeing her get her own series, but she at least got to play a big role in the Batman Part 2. And if she does come back, have her look something like this, because I would need it for research purposes. But if they want to stick to the aftermath of the flooding and have it set during wintertime, I would like that too. And one of the most speculated and rumored villains is Mr. Freeze. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that would be fire too. I would love to see that shit. Put him in the Court of Owls. I don't care. Make it 5 hours long. Because I really just want to see a Batman Part 2 with the snow aesthetic. I want Spider-Man Brand New Day to have a snow aesthetic too. I just think superheroes in the snow is something that we need more of and we deserve. But we can call it the Batman ice-shaped box, so we can play this banger throughout the movie. Oh, and when he does get a new suit, because you know they gotta sell some toys, I'm hoping and praying that it's the blue and gray with the yellow utility belt, because this look right here would go stupid. But I feel like James Gunn is probably saving this for his version. I think just a few tweaks and minor upgrades to Robert Pattinson's suit right now would be what would work the best. Maybe make it a little less bulky, but no, I do not want whited out eyes, because that was literally all of Robert Pattinson's performance in the first Batman movie. What makes it so special was how he was able to act with just his eyes alone. I mean, maybe for a scene or two he gets the white eyes would be fire, but I don't want to sacrifice the performance. And I don't think Clayface is going to end up being a villain of this movie, since he's getting his own movie in the DC universe. But that's all the news we have on the Batman Part 2. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.